Hi everyone. In this video we are going to learn 2D and 3D maps in Excel. Maps are a valuable tool that provide a visual representation of geographic information. This article explores the concept of maps and their three-dimensional counterparts in Excel, along with their respective uses. Let's understand the uses of map in Excel. A map is a two-dimensional representation of Earth's surface or a specific area. It typically includes features such as roads, landmarks, bodies of water, and political boundaries. Businesses employs map to analyze market demography, plan marketing campaigns, and optimize supply chain. By incorporating elevation data, these maps provide a realistic representation of topography and allow for better visualization and analysis. Let's move on to our Excel file. I have a simple table here which has state, production units in that state, sales and the net profit from that state. In any business, it's always important to understand the business units, where the business units located, what's the sales and the net profit. And if there is any business unit that's not doing well, we can focus on that area, understand the problems, and then we can work upon to improve the business in that particular area. When we have any geographical location in our Excel file, map charts do a great job in explaining how the performance of the business is. Let me select state and the production units. Go to insert and we see map here. When I click on more map, I don't get much options, but let me check that. I just get only one option here. Let me click on this. Now I see that my map is showing all those areas where the business units are located, and those which are in dark, it means that the business units are more in that particular location. I don't need the chart title, so let me remove the chart title for now. Let's select the color of this. Right click, format data, and we have multiple options here. And the labels, I don't need the label for now. And here in series color, we have 2 color and 3 color series. Let me keep the lowest as orange, blue. Okay, now we have 3 colors and the gradient colors also for those which are nearing to the in between numbers. And for all these gray areas, it means that we don't have data for this. When I hover on this gray area, it shows no data. For such no data, go to solid fill. Okay, now instead of gray area, we have this color which has no data, and all those which has color, we have our production unit in that location, and the brightest color shows that this is the highest production unit area, which is in Bihar. Second highest is our Maharashtra, Karnataka, and Rajasthan also has little high production units. All those which are little blue shades are the ones which are little high in production units, and Bihar being the highest. From the color gradient, we see that the least ones will have the orangish color, the middle range one will have the greenish color, and the top ones will have the blue colors. Through the color gradient, we understand that these are the states with the less production units, and this dark color has the highest production unit. Instead of production unit, we can even check for the sales. Let me just move this to this sales and the data changes now. We'll have to change the color again. Solid fill for those no data area. series color. Now we are back to our old color where we have the least color as orange and the highest color with blue, which is dark blue. And Uttar Pradesh being the highest one when it comes to sales. And looking at the no data region, we can understand that there have been quite a few regions or the states in the country where our production units have not been established, and there is so much scope for us to establish the production units even in these regions. We can simply move this to net profit as well. Solid fill for those where we don't have any data, and series fill with three colors. Now we have our data like this, where the again from the color gradient we see that blue is the highest, orange is the least. Here Rajasthan is the least when it comes to net profit, and Uttar Pradesh being the highest when it comes to the net profit. And the middle one is Gujarat, West Bengal, and Odisha. This way, using the map chart, we can understand the number of units in particular state and how big is the production unit, or how good is the sales, or how good is the net profit. We can understand that using the map chart. Using 2D maps, we were able to understand the production units, sales, and the net profit data for all these states. We have another feature here which is called 3D map. Let me show you the 3D map now. For the 2D map, we just have to select one variable, but for 3D map, we can select multiple variables. So I'm going to select the whole table now. I have now selected the whole table. Let me go to 3D map. Click on 3D map. Open. We'll get a small box here asking to launch 3D map. Let me click on this. Now Excel opens up a new worksheet which is dedicated for 3D maps. We can select the map like this. We can adjust the maps. We can reduce the size of this, and this gives us a whole global appearance. We can increase and decrease the size of this, and also move this across for us to see the different parts of the world. Now our data is only related to India, so let's have only the India focused here. We have only file and home on this worksheet. As this is dedicated only for 3D maps, we only have these many options in the tab list here. We have our themes also listed here, and we can select the theme colors. This is the black and white version, dark mode, and many more. Let me just take this 3D version of it. Let me just keep it the traditional map look, and let me reduce the size of this. Here towards our right hand corner we have layer and data. We have stacked column chart, normal clustered column chart, scattered or bubble chart, heat map, and we selected the range which has district, net profit, population, and sales. By default, we have the district here which has the country details or the state details of each country. Here, add field, and you can add the net profit, population, and sales, all three. The chart type that I have selected here is the stacked column chart. We have the clustered column chart option here, where we have all these three components coming up as a different column. Or the bubble chart, we have a heat map here. Let me go to the cluster chart. You can even go close to it. We see that this is for Rajasthan. We see this is for Uttar Pradesh. This is for Bihar. Let me resize it. We see the column bar for Tamil Nadu seems to be the tallest for sales, but Uttar Pradesh has got more sales than Tamil Nadu. When you take your mouse near the columns, we get the state name and the sales numbers here. We see that this is how the spread of the business is, where there are only few states which has the production units. When you hover the mouse on the orange color section, we can see the data here which says the state is Uttar Pradesh and this production unit is 712. We see in between there's another color which is for net profit. The purple one is for sales, the next one is for net profit, and the last one is for the production units. We can even change the themes to the aerial view. Now we see the appearance in this way. I do not like this sort of an appearance. It's better we go to the old one. This looks a little better and we can visually understand how the performance of the sales or the production is happening all over this country. This is only for one country. We can use multiple country data and check the sales as per the country details. Let me close this and use another data. Now I have this table for country, production units, sales and net profit. Let me select the range and go to 3D map again. Let me open the new tool and let me close this so that we can add the fresh range later. We have this whole global appearance coming up here. We can just move it, adjust it the way we want. The best part about a 3D map is that we have an option to create video, play the video, and capture this whole appearance as a screenshot. And we have all these options, but we have only one tab and the limited options here. Let me select the data. You can even rename the layer. And again, I'm going to select the same stacked column chart because I see that all these three are not very much useful. Add field, and here I'm using my country as the location. Net profit, production units, sales. You see all these lines coming up for all those respective countries all over the world. Let me reduce this. We don't have any production unit in India. The country data that I have here is Australia, Austria, and all these countries. We don't have India here, and not many countries are included in this list. Let me go back to my 3D map. You can increase the size of this. We can see the country name and the sales, net profit. We can arrange these sections. Now we have production unit first, net profit and sales, and I can see all the three bars clearly now. This is for country Cambodia, and this is the sales. This is the net profit, and these are the production units, which is 1014 is the production unit number. We can go to other parts of the country. Let me reduce the size of it. Here we can go to other part of the country. You can just scroll towards it to see it much closer, or you can use this plus and minus option as well. Using such 3D map, it becomes very easy for us to understand the countries that we have our business established and what's the production unit number and what's the sales and the net profit for those particular country area. You can even change the themes of this, but when I use this theme, I won't be able to see these bars clearly. I prefer the first option because this is bright enough and we can see the bars clearly. And we can even record this and Have this as our recorded video showing all the country details here. By just rotating it this way and just zooming in and zooming out, we can have that recorded and we can show that this is how the business is established all over the world. Now let's look at the highlights of this video. Both 2D or 3D aid in understanding spatial relationships, identifying patterns, and making informed decisions. 3D map in Excel enhances the traditional map experience by adding the third dimension, height, or depth. 3D maps in Excel can be interactive. Users can zoom in and zoom out, rotate the map, and explore different perspectives, allowing for a dynamic and engaging experience.